A country without a past has the emptiness of a barren continent. A city without old buildings is like a man without a memory. Graham Shanklin.
Hello, fellow history buffs. Thanks for coming along as we explore some of the various historic resources to be found throughout the city of Bonita Springs. This particular stop along our guided virtual tour is known historically as the Heitman Hotel, and in more recent years, it's been better known as the Shangri. This magnificent structure was built on an 8-acre parcel of land alongside Heitman Avenue, later known as the Tamiami Trail, and now the official address here is 27750 Old 41 Road. From the tropical grounds of this hotel, a mineral spring once bubbled freely, flowing directly into the waters of Oak Creek. It's this very spring for which our city was ultimately named during the early years of marketing and development. The architectural style of the primary structure showcases a mission-style parapet topped with finials, 1/1 double-hung wood sash windows, and 5 graceful arches are prominently featured inside the entrance hall. And although the original building wasn't completed until 1921, it's interesting to note how and why it came to be in the first place. It all began with a man by the name of Harvey Earnhardt Heitman, who was an energetic developer of Fort Myers, a brilliant businessman, an influential politician, and a grand visionary for the future of Bonita Springs. As early as 1905, the news press published an article regarding the establishment of the Bonita Land Company, a group of developers who took title to 4,000 acres in what was known at the time as the Village of Survey. Harvey Heitman was listed as president. Also in 1905, Harvey and wife Florida Abby Schultz Heitman purchased what would become Heitman Groves, consisting of numerous orange, tangerine, and grapefruit trees all around the area of what would later come to be known as Pennsylvania Avenue. Then, in 1913, for the sake of recreation, Heitman built a fish camp cottage along the Imperial River, yet he still preferred to summer with friends in Statesville, North Carolina. It was there in Statesville that he and his associates came up with the idea to build and assign the names for the roads in their parcel survey after the states for which they're still named today, like Pennsylvania Avenue, Kentucky Street, Tennessee Street, and so on. As a note of interest, the plat for Heitman's subdivision was filed in 1925 by J.H. Ragsdale. It extended west from Old 41 Road, then known as Heitman Avenue, to Michigan Street, north to the Imperial River, and south to Bonita Beach Road, so named even in 1925. Also of interest, Pennsylvania Avenue was originally called Ohio Street. Heitman and his group of visionaries pictured a beautiful and affluent city with lovely parks, sidewalks, and perhaps even a college. But what was needed first was a hotel to house the prospective buyers of the many home sites located in the 42-block parcel of land west of Heitman Avenue. To meet this demand, the Heitman Hotel was built and completed by Harvey's brother Gilmer Heitman in 1921. Sadly, in 1922, Harvey died from cancer, leaving his massive wealth and properties to his widow and to his brother Gilmer. More than a decade later, in 1935, Gilmer sold the Heitman Hotel and grounds to Sarasota couple Robert and Bess DeFore for $6,000. But the Depression certainly brought hard times, and the property was quickly sold to the Haverfields, who changed the name to Bonita Springs Hotel. They made improvements to the property and doubled the number of hotel rooms from 25 to 50. The next owner was Walter Mack, an heir of Cadillac Auto, whose financial means afforded extensive upgrades to the property. He renamed the hotel Villa Bonita and added access to a beachfront cabana club on Hickory Island. Built on a section of what is currently known as Barefoot Beach, the elegant restaurant and lounge had docks on the bayside for patrons who chose to arrive by boat. Unfortunately, after only a brief ownership, Mack died and the hotel was sold to Dr. Charles Naw. Na, an osteopath, believed in the healing powers of the springs, and it was he who was responsible for the installation of a pool with a statue named the Indian Maid of the Springs. Throughout the years, the humble statue has endured the test of time, but the extravagant Cabana Club did not. In September of 1960, it was heavily damaged by Hurricane Donna and was eventually demolished. Next, in 1963, the property was sold to another doctor, this time a neuropath, Dr. R.J. Cheatham. It was Cheatham who changed the name of the hotel to Shangri, invoking the image of the pathway to paradise as described in the popular novel Lost Horizons. Under Cheatham's direction, the hotel became an institute devoted to the practices of natural hygiene, and is rumored to have been visited by many big-name guests and movie stars throughout the years. Then, in 1998, after a brief ownership by Leo Dahlman, the hotel and grounds were sold to Lama Hana Trust, headed by Naples residents Heather Birch and Addison Fisher. The property and its facilities are once again dedicated towards the promotion of healthy lifestyles through diets rich in organic foods. Reservations and use of the property are currently available for weddings, meetings, and events. And of course, there are big plans in the making for the future of the Shangri-La.
They contain the wood from the old growth forest. They are monuments to the skill of those who labored to build them. Jane Powell.
I'm so glad that you came along with us on this leg of our virtual tour of historic resources, but there's still so many more resources to explore. So come on and join us. We'll see you at the next historical site along the way.